Welcome to our exploration of the top 10 countries facing imminent collapse, a topic that might sound like a plot twist from a dystopian novel but is, unfortunately, all too real. In this video, we'll dive into nations grappling with severe economic turmoil, political unrest, and social upheaval. From the war-torn streets of Syria to the economic quagmire of Venezuela, each country on our list has its own unique challenges that could lead to a dramatic downfall. But don't worry, we'll sprinkle in some humor along the way because, let's face it, if we can't laugh at the absurdity of our world, we might just cry. Understanding these geopolitical instabilities is crucial, not just for the sake of knowledge, but to grasp how interconnected our global community truly is. The collapse of one nation can send shockwaves across the globe, affecting economies, migration patterns, and international relations. So, buckle up as we navigate through this serious yet fascinating landscape, shedding light on the precarious situations these countries find themselves in. By the end of this video, my wish is for you to be more aware of the realities that's facing our world today. Number 1. El Salvador. El Salvador's bold economic gamble with Bitcoin has drawn both intrigue and skepticism, particularly against the backdrop of the country's ongoing challenges with crime and poverty. With one of the highest homicide rates in the world, El Salvador grapples with pervasive gang violence that stifles economic growth and exacerbates social issues. In an attempt to revitalize the economy, the government has embraced cryptocurrency, positioning Bitcoin as legal tender in a move that many view as a risky strategy. While proponents argue that this could attract foreign investment and foster financial inclusion, critics warn that the volatility of Bitcoin poses significant dangers. The reliance on cryptocurrency could deepen the economic instability that already plagues the nation, especially if the value of Bitcoin plummets. Should this ambitious experiment fail, the consequences could be dire, potentially leading to a financial collapse that would further entrench poverty and crime. The situation is precarious, as the government's decision to bet on Bitcoin may not only impact its economic future, but also the lives of ordinary Salvadorans who are already struggling to make ends meet. As we analyze this unfolding scenario, it becomes clear that the stakes are high, and the outcome remains uncertain. Number 2. Yemen. Yemen's humanitarian crisis is a heartbreaking consequence of a prolonged civil war and foreign intervention, which have drastically altered daily life for millions. The conflict, fueled by regional power struggles and external influences, has led to widespread destruction, displacing families and leaving countless individuals without access to basic necessities like food, clean water, and healthcare. As the war rages on, the Yemeni people have shown remarkable resilience and dignity, often banding together to support one another amidst the chaos. Communities have developed innovative ways to cope with the dire circumstances, from local aid initiatives to grassroots efforts aimed at rebuilding their lives. However, despite their strength, Yemen's plight has largely been overlooked on the global stage. The lack of international attention and support has compounded the suffering, with humanitarian organizations struggling to provide adequate assistance in the face of ongoing violence and blockades. This neglect not only exacerbates the crisis, but also highlights the urgent need for a concerted global response to address the humanitarian needs of the Yemeni people. As we examine the factors leading to Yemen's collapse, it becomes clear that understanding their struggle is essential for fostering hope and facilitating meaningful change in this war-torn nation. Number 3. North Korea. North Korea stands as a stark example of an oppressive regime, where daily life for its citizens is marked by severe restrictions and hardships. The government, led by Kim Jong-un, maintains an iron grip on power, suppressing dissent and controlling nearly every aspect of life. Citizens face constant surveillance, limited access to information, and a lack of basic freedoms, leading to a society where fear is pervasive. The daily struggles include food shortages, inadequate healthcare, and a crumbling infrastructure, all exacerbated by the regime's prioritization of military spending over the welfare of its people. International sanctions have further isolated the country, aimed at curbing its nuclear ambitions, but often resulting in dire consequences for the general populace. These sanctions have crippled the economy, leading to increased poverty and desperation. However, there is a growing awareness among North Koreans about the outside world, fueled by smuggled information and media. This awareness poses a potential threat to Kim Jong-un's regime, as citizens begin to question the narrative they have been fed for decades. The combination of an oppressive government, economic isolation, and a populace awakening to their plight raises the question of how long this fragile system can endure before it faces collapse. Number 4. Myanmar. Myanmar's political turmoil reached a critical juncture following the military coup in February 2021, which ousted the democratically elected government and plunged the nation into chaos. The aftermath has been devastating, with widespread civil unrest and a society grappling with the harsh realities of military rule. The coup has led to severe crackdowns on dissent, with the military employing brutal tactics to suppress ongoing protests. Citizens have taken to the streets in defiance, demanding the restoration of democracy, but their bravery has often been met with violence, resulting in countless casualties and arrests. Amidst this turmoil lies Naypyidaw, the capital city, which stands out for its unique characteristics. Built as a planned city, Naypyidaw is eerily quiet compared to the bustling streets of other capitals, reflecting the disconnect between the military leadership and the populace. This stark contrast highlights the surreal nature of governance in Myanmar, where the military's grip on power is increasingly challenged by the resilience of the people. As protests continue to unfold, the situation remains precarious, with the military's oppressive response only fueling further resistance. The struggle for democracy in Myanmar is far from over, and the impact of military rule continues to reverberate throughout society. Number 5. Argentina. Argentina's chronic economic issues are deeply rooted in a historical context marked by inflation and mismanagement, which have significantly impacted daily life for its citizens. Over the years, the country has grappled with soaring inflation rates that have eroded purchasing power and made basic necessities increasingly unaffordable. This economic instability has led to a pervasive sense of uncertainty, forcing families to adapt their spending habits and lifestyles to cope with the ever-changing financial landscape. Despite these challenges, Argentinians have demonstrated remarkable cultural adaptability in the face of crisis. From innovative barter systems to community support networks, they have found creative ways to navigate the hardships imposed by economic turmoil. However, the cyclical nature of Argentina's economic struggles is a persistent theme, with periods of growth often followed by downturns, leaving the populace in a constant state of flux. This pattern has fostered a sense of resilience among the people, who continue to hope for a more stable future. As we explore Argentina's economic landscape, it becomes evident that understanding the historical context is crucial to grasping the complexities of its current situation and the enduring spirit of its citizens amidst ongoing challenges. Number 6. Libya. Libya's descent into chaos following the fall of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011 has plunged the nation into a state of turmoil characterized by ongoing power struggles between rival factions. The initial hope for a democratic transition quickly dissipated as various groups vied for control, leading to a fragmented political landscape where multiple militias and governments operate with little regard for national unity. Daily life for Libyans has become increasingly challenging in this failed state, with citizens facing shortages of basic necessities, rampant inflation, and a lack of security. The absence of a stable government has left many vulnerable to violence and lawlessness as rival factions clash for dominance. Additionally, foreign interference has played a significant role in exacerbating the situation, with various nations supporting different factions, further complicating the conflict and undermining efforts for reconciliation. This external involvement has not only fueled the ongoing violence, but has also hindered the possibility of a cohesive national identity. As we examine Libya's current plight, it becomes clear that the legacy of Gaddafi's fall continues to haunt the nation, leaving its people to navigate a complex web of challenges in their quest for stability and peace. Number 7. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's economic decline is a stark reflection of historical mismanagement, particularly during Robert Mugabe's long tenure, which was marred by corruption and hyperinflation. The legacy of his rule left the nation grappling with an economy that once thrived, but has since crumbled under the weight of poor governance and rampant corruption. Hyperinflation reached astronomical levels, rendering the currency virtually worthless and leading to widespread poverty and unemployment. Despite these dire circumstances, the resilience and humor of the Zimbabwean people shine through. They have developed a unique ability to find joy and laughter even in the face of adversity, often using humor as a coping mechanism to navigate the daily struggles of life in a failing economy. However, the outlook for Zimbabwe's future remains bleak without significant change. The need for comprehensive reforms and a commitment to transparency and accountability is critical for revitalizing the economy and restoring hope. As the nation stands at a crossroads, the path forward will require not only addressing the deep-rooted issues of the past, but also harnessing the indomitable spirit of its people to forge a brighter future. The journey ahead is fraught with challenges, but the potential for renewal remains within reach. Number 8. Russia. Russia's geopolitical challenges have intensified in recent years, particularly following the war in Ukraine and the subsequent international sanctions imposed by Western nations. The conflict has not only strained Russia's relations with the West, but has also led to significant economic repercussions, with sanctions targeting key sectors and contributing to a decline in living standards for many citizens. This situation has exacerbated the disparity between the elite, who often remain insulated from the economic fallout, and the average Russian, who faces rising prices and diminishing opportunities. As the gap widens, discontent among the populace has begun to grow, with increasing dissent against the government's policies and actions. Protests, though often met with harsh crackdowns, signal a potential shift in the political landscape. The combination of economic hardship and a desire for change could lead to a critical juncture for Russia, raising questions about the stability of the current regime. While the government maintains a tight grip on power, the underlying tensions and frustrations among citizens suggest that the potential for collapse cannot be dismissed. As we explore Russia's complex geopolitical landscape, it becomes clear that the future remains uncertain, with both challenges and opportunities for transformation on the horizon. Number 9. Syria. The ongoing crisis in Syria has resulted in one of the most devastating humanitarian situations in recent history, largely driven by a brutal civil war and foreign intervention. Since the conflict erupted in 2011, millions of Syrians have been displaced, with countless lives lost and entire communities shattered. The effects of the war are felt daily, as families struggle to access basic necessities like food, clean water, and healthcare amidst the chaos. Foreign intervention has further complicated the situation, with various nations supporting different factions, leading to a fragmented society where trust is scarce and divisions run deep. Despite the overwhelming destruction and despair, the resilience of the Syrian people is nothing short of remarkable. Many have found ways to adapt and support one another, creating networks of solidarity in the face of adversity. However, the government's focus on power retention has hindered efforts for peace and reconciliation, prioritizing control over the welfare of its citizens. As the crisis continues, the humanitarian implications remain dire, with millions in need of assistance and a bleak outlook for the future. Understanding the complexities of Syria's situation is crucial for fostering hope and facilitating meaningful change in this war-torn nation. Number 10. Venezuela. Venezuela's economic collapse is a stark example of how hyperinflation and government mismanagement can devastate a nation. Once one of the wealthiest countries in South America, Venezuela now faces an inflation rate that has spiraled out of control, rendering its currency nearly worthless. Basic necessities like food and medicine have become luxuries, leading to widespread suffering among the population. Amidst this chaos, President Nicolas Maduro's controversial actions have only exacerbated the crisis. From dismissing economic advisors to clinging to power through questionable elections, his governance has drawn international condemnation and fueled protests. Yet despite these dire circumstances, the resilience of the Venezuelan people shines through. Communities have banded together, finding innovative ways to survive, whether through barter systems or grassroots initiatives to provide food and healthcare. This spirit of perseverance is a testament to their strength as they navigate the challenges imposed by a collapsing economy and an unyielding government. While the situation remains grim, the determination of the Venezuelan people to reclaim their future offers a glimmer of hope. Understanding this complex scenario is crucial, as it highlights the broader implications of governance and economic policy in shaping the lives of millions. In this video, we've delved into the pressing geopolitical challenges facing various countries, from Venezuela's economic collapse to Syria's ongoing crisis and Russia's turbulent landscape. Understanding these issues is crucial, as they not only affect the nations involved, but also have far-reaching implications for global stability and security. By examining the complexities of each situation, we hope to shed light on the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of informed dialogue. If you found this discussion insightful, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with others who may be interested in these critical topics. Your engagement helps us reach a wider audience and fosters a community of informed viewers. Additionally, we invite you to explore our related content, where you can find more in-depth analyses of global issues and their implications. We also encourage you to join the conversation in the comments section. Share your thoughts, insights, or questions about the geopolitical landscape. Together we can deepen our understanding of these complex challenges and work towards a more informed and engaged global community. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.